Naked Heart Revolution is the go-to podcast for high-achieving individuals seeking to transform their relationships and life. Hosted by Jenny Bingham, an intimacy reset coach. Each episode explores emotional reconnection, personal growth, or business insight through expert guests sharing real stories and strategies. Whether you want to deepen your connection with your partner or elevate your business, this podcast delivers the tools and mindset shifts needed for lasting change. Subscribe to join the community focused on intentional healing and empowerment.
One of the strains that will definitely crush relationship is financial debt. How to get out of it, how to organize it, see what is the best method in order to work your way in having it grow. Now, many financial advisors will be able to help you with that. One of the people here, actually the person I'm speaking with today, is Sarah. She has a special program. Many people, advisors out there, have a special program, but we took a few minutes to actually dive into this. She also mentions about what if one of the partner passes away? And I share a story of a 50-year-old man who now has to rent a room in order to survive and get a little bit of a side job, raking leaves or something, because even though he's mostly physical capable, his resources and working wise has not grown. So let's follow with Sarah a couple of ways that she shares. We talk about various topics, mind you, just to give you a different aspect. Financial insecurity, financial fears, financial strain in a relationship, it changes the whole game. Once that is on the roll of being repaired, prepared, arranged, growing again, repaired, prepared, arranged, growing again, then there's space to have more playful fun in your relationship. All right, let's see.
What is your business now? What do you do for?
So back in 2012, I got my insurance license and decided to go into financial services to help families with their life insurance and retirement needs. And I was very excited about the opportunity because I was looking to sell something. You know, I'm a huge fan of Tony Robbins, and I went to an Unleash the Power Within, and I caught something that he said. He said that a good salesperson can make about $250,000 or more on their own pen if they're really good at what they sell. And that piqued my interest. And I said, okay, well, I would love to do sales because I love helping people. And to me, that's really what sales is uncovering the need and finding a solution, coming alongside that person and helping them. And, you know, in order to be successful at sales, you have to have what we call rapport, which is just two things. It's getting people to like you and trust you. And I love that. I love making friends. I love meeting new people and really getting to know them. And so Tony Robbins inspired me to go into sales, but I didn't know what I wanted to sell. I knew what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to sell houses, going to real estate, timeshare. I didn't want to sell pharmaceuticals. I didn't really actually even want to have a boss, but I also didn't want to have to do network marketing or multi-level marketing. I didn't want to hustle down my friends and family, but I also didn't want to have to cold call and door knock to find my clients. So what else? What is there to do, right? You can do from home and be independently owning your own time and making your own money. And the answer to all of these questions that I had was found in the life insurance arena. And a lot of people say, oh my God, life insurance, that sounds awful, or life insurance agents have a bad reputation. Well, yeah, they do actually have a lot of bad reputation. There's a lot of bad life insurance agents out there. There's also a lot of bad car salesmen and bad realtors and bad people out there. Okay. You don't have to work with a bad person.
Yeah, it's
Right?
like, you don't like them. Next.
Right. So anyways, I liked this opportunity a lot because not only could I personally help families, but it also gave me an opportunity to grow my leadership and develop a team and build an agency. I loved the idea of having an agency. And that's been a really amazing journey. And Tony Robbins has been huge for that. His business mastery courses are my all-time favorite. I attend once a year. It's the 5 days that I spend working on my business and not in my business. And I always move my business forward. So building an agency was my big long-term dream, but you need today money while you're building tomorrow money. That's the way I like to put it, right? That building a team is not a get rich quick situation, right? And you got to do a lot of self-development in order to grow your leadership, and your business is a reflection of you. And so my business has started from zero in 2012, and really, I mean, it's been such a beautiful growth journey for myself personally, for my leadership, for, you know, seeing the evolution of my team and where we are today. It's really a beautiful thing, Jenny. We help so many families. We did 5 million in revenue last year, and that represents thousands of families who now have protection, better protection with their life insurance, with their retirement strategies. And to me, I'm really proud of that.
Whoa. I was going to ask you if you have a small story, but that in itself, it's, you know, so many families are better protected. Do you have more of a details that you could share with one or two stories of how you help people or families just turn things around?
You know, I think we say what we do is addicting because we meet our clients. We're not going after these high net worth clients. You know, we're not going for people who are on poverty level line either. We're actually going for middle America. That's our target market. You know, there's almost 140 million households in the United States. Many of them are homeowners. Many of them rely, in fact, most of them, 50% or more, rely on two incomes just to pay the bills every month. And so when one of those income earners gets sick, critically ill, disabled, or passes away, that is actually the number one cause of foreclosures in the United States. It is the number one quickest way to poverty. That and divorce. Our death and divorce are the quickest ways to go from middle income to poverty level. And our products can help, because our products, it's not just straight life insurance, but we also offer living benefits, meaning if you don't die, but something terrible happens to your health that takes you out of the workforce or requires expensive treatments, you actually get paid a tax-free lump sum to help you get through that time period or help you. So I do have a story. A really good friend of mine who is in this business, he was a real running buddy, almost a best friend in this business to me. He got diagnosed with colon cancer at the age of 42. And like a good life insurance agent, which he was, he had several life insurance policies on himself, and he was able to pull out hundreds of thousands of dollars of tax-free living benefits because of his diagnosis that doctors gave him 3 months to live, and he ended up living another 3 years. He went on a personal Make-A-Wish tour. He got alternative treatments in Mexico to help him feel better and do better. And he actually got married and had a child during that time period. So he got to do everything that he wanted to do in this life because he had living benefits. And then when he died, the life insurance went to his wife and his daughter. His business actually went to them as well, right? So the life insurance industry changed his life, but we get to do this every day with our families who thank us. People think, oh, I have life insurance through my job. I'm good. I don't need any more life insurance. No. That is a benefit that you do not own that policy. Your employer owns that policy. And when you leave that employment, you don't get to keep it. Or if you do get to keep it, now you're underwritten all over again at a new age, new health status, because that's really the only thing that life insurance is based on. It's just based on two things, your age and your health. So of course, the younger and healthier you are, the cheaper it's going to be, right? So get your life insurance while you're young. But we can help people of all ages up to age 89. We can help them regardless of their pre-existing conditions. So if someone comes here and they say, I'm insulin diabetic, or I have COPD, or I have some chronic illnesses, or I'm in kidney failure. I mean, we actually still have products because we work with a broker. We have access to about 50 different life insurance companies that can help families. So really, what I wanted at the end of the day, I wanted an opportunity where I could lay my head down on the pillow at the end of the night and know that I did something really good for somebody else. That I could feel really good about what I did. And that has been what I've been able to do over the last 14 years in life insurance.
Whoa. Time goes by so fast. 14 years already. I'm thinking, really? I guess, yeah, since you started everything.
Yes.
So you said across America. So there's not like a certain state or a certain area that you're concentrating on right now?
When you have your insurance license, you actually can get a reciprocal license in all 50 states. So we can help families in every state. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then for them to get a hold of you, is it simply they go online, or it's usually through referral, or a mix of both? How does that usually happen?
So if people want to find me, they can find me directly at sarahpappas.com. I get a lot of referral business, which is wonderful. And for our agents who we recruit, hire, train, we do work a leads system. So we send out, our company spends hundreds of thousands of dollars in marketing to send out postcards, mailers to homeowners. We also spend a lot of money generating ads from social media, from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, because everybody needs life insurance. And everybody needs to prepare for their retirement too. It's actually, I don't know the stats off the top of my head, so I won't make something up. But what people have planned for retirement is actually very low. A lot of people just rely on Social Security for most of their income in retirement these days.
Oh, I met this one gentleman. He was about 57, still in good health, but he was retired. And he said if he would have known when he was in his 20s that social insurance was not enough, now he's 57 renting a room from strangers and looking for some type of side job, picking up leaves or something like that, just to help supplement some income.
This is very common. And it's what he's saying that he regrets is the power of compound interest, right? When you invest longer, we call it that your investment time horizon. What's the date that you want to retire? Is it age 65? Is it sooner? Is it later? And then how many years between now and then do you have to invest? That's your time horizon. And of course, the longer you have, the better. I think it takes about 15 years to get a really good compound interest rate of return. And we can help clients to do that. So if you're in your 40s or 50s and haven't yet planned for retirement, we can absolutely help you to do that.
Nice. Now, one of the other questions I have is, are there certain things that people need to have together or pile up in order to bring it to you? Say, okay, this is my information. Or they could just sit down with nothing in their hands, nothing that they could thought about, because do they need to prepare a lot beforehand, or just, okay, help me, I'm lost?
That's such a great question, Jenny, because I think a lot of people really overcomplicate this. And in fact, when they overcomplicate it in their head, they actually put it off and they procrastinate. And we sit down with people all the time who said, wow, you just made that so easy. I've been needing to get this coverage for 10 years. 10 years, you could have died between now and then, right? So we hear it all the time. No, you don't need to prepare anything. We will ask the questions to uncover your financial situation, find out where you're at right now, what you currently have in savings, what your mortgage payment is, what your monthly bills are. You can guesstimate all of that, to be honest. You don't need to you don't have to have a perfect budget planned out and bring that to the table. You don't need to bring receipts to the table. We're going to ask, do you already have life insurance outside of your employer? That's always really good to know, to do a nice review on that. See where there's gaps, see if there's any income. What else is your family going to inherit if you passed away tomorrow? Are there 401ks in play? Are there IRAs, independent retirement accounts, right? Are there anything other that you have in savings that your family would inherit if you passed away? And I think life insurance is such a great way to frame the financial conversation, because it's risk management. It's like, if you died tomorrow, what are we working with here? And what do we want to set up for your family if you passed away today? What do you want their tomorrow to look like? It's a great way to start. What kind of assets are we protecting? Sometimes when we help cover a mortgage for mortgage protection, we're not actually covering the entire mortgage. We're actually protecting the equity that's in the house, right? Because if you don't continue, when you die, the mortgage company is like, okay, well, we still need our payment. Right? And if it doesn't get paid, you don't want that house to go into foreclosure. But what if there's 30, 60, 100 or more $1,000 of equity in that home that can go to the estate or to the beneficiary? So what we do is really important, Jenny.
So many people are not aware of that. What about the individuals who say, okay, well, I'm in debt right now, so I can't even think of getting life insurance? Are you able to talk with some of these people to help guide them, or how could that?
Did you like study up on this? The debt thing is a huge thing, because we actually do have a special life insurance product. When I say special, is because it's specifically for this purpose, we call it debt-free life. Some people also call it infinite banking concept. But if you are making any sort of overpayments to your debt right now, a lot of people do that. They have credit cards, they have car payments, they have their mortgage, and they say, well, I'll just put a couple extra $100 toward each month and then come out of debt quicker. But what if that dollar that you're paying in overpayments could actually be used twice? Okay, what if that $1
celebration used twice?
Yes.
Celebrate.
What if that $1 actually could be used like as if it was $2? And that's what we recommend, is to use this infinite banking concept. We help people who have, if you look at their debt, their debt current, I don't know what you call it. I'm not finding the word strategy or whatever. It's going to take them 30, 40 years to pay off all of their debt, their student loans, their mortgage, all of it. We can actually create a plan for them where they will be out of debt typically in 9 years or less. All of it.
No matter the amount, or to a certain amount? Or?
As long as they have a little extra towards that they're putting towards their debt to put into this plan, we can tailor the plan around whatever that little extra is and help them create that plan that will get them out of debt typically in 9 years or less, all of it.
Oh, nice.
Yes, it is really one of the coolest things. We do a webinar every Wednesday night sharing this concept. It's a free webinar. I can get you the link. You can put link in bio, whatever, right? For the Wednesday webinar.
Perfect. And that's something. Is there a minimum age? Because I hear sometimes when they're 13, when they're 18, when they're 25 or whatnot, is there a spot where you would suggest that they start the savings and looking into this?
Some people think it's taboo to put life insurance on a child, but it's actually the best thing that you can do for them, because if you properly structure it, your child can get to college age and potentially have college paid for, or a portion of it paid for. They'll have life insurance, they'll have living benefits.